and gentlemen, boys and girls and people of all binaries, I'm Wolfgang Wilcox, your friend from the UK, welcoming you back to Not For Broadcast, the Timeloop, where we are one number and 3 clues in to figuring out the combination to break the time loop. Allons-y! The National Treasure.
I love her work. She's so classy and beautiful, like a soprano sax in the high range.
So sorry about the dryness. The last few days it seemed to start to become a little bit flaky. Probably the weather.
Kath, can I please get a top-up, please, when you're ready?
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my best friend, the age my cat was when I ran him over, the number of conversations I've had with my father, and the exact time my mother walked out. Honestly, I don't see why that's so hard for you to remember.
My goodness, such a litany of sorrows. Helen Academy Boatshoe.
Dr. Charles Magnus, this is my assistant, Chester.
Am I getting this touch up, or am I making changes?
Cat?
Chester Mims, 24. My pet peeves are poor dental hygiene, golfer's trousers, and totalitarianism.
Thank you, Chester. You can run along now.
I've seen all your films.
Oh, how lovely.
There's something wrong with her face. It keeps coming away.
Lovely.
Why are you using that on me, then?
I think you're just lovely.
How kind.
Where's Jeremy?
I'm here. Sorry I'm late. Both will help me up.
Yes, thank you,
Yes,
Chester.
I said we were very long, but ultimately pointless mellow. Spent all morning writing it.
Random celebrity here.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March, 1985, and this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your national nightly news team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Chittlebury, Dr. Charles Magnus and his romantically named Happiness Collective have been working on a secret project.
They claim their Euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Tonight, live on Channel 1, we'll be putting that claim to the test.
We're joined in the studio tonight by Dr. Charles Magnus himself, actress, model and activist Helen Academy Boatshoe, and... Sorry, what's your name?
Chester Mims, 24. My favourite body parts are my eyes, my spleen, and of course my above-average-sized penis.
Fascinating guests. Stay with us on Channel 1 all night for The Night of Smiles.
45 seconds back.
Jeremy Dawson, pleased to meet you.
Helen Academy Boatshoe. I'm a huge fan of your work. Huge.
Thank you. Wish I could say the same. I don't get much time at the cinema, though.
Oh, that's a shame. Your world must be awfully bleak. You poor little man.
Jenny?
Yes, Jeremy.
Do you interview him too? He looks somewhat broken.
Oh, he's fine. I was chatting to him before. Just leave it to me.
Yes, leave it to Megan. You
Oh, you don't man. You're man. You're such a wicked
10
man.
seconds,
In a
everyone.
big suit and little man.
So you heard that then, did you?
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will be activated in the first ever mass test of its type. But first, let's meet our gleeful guests, Helen Canterbury Boatshoe, Dr. Charles Magnus, and Chester Mims. If I might start with you, Doctor, what should we be expecting to feel like when the machine is switched on?
Happier, we hope.
Yeah, but will it be just mild happiness?
Such as one might experience when finding a misplaced onion.
Thank you, Jeremy. Or will it be all-encompassing bliss?
Oh, such as when one is in love.
Well, yes, exactly.
I wouldn't know about love.
Dr. Magnus has never had a romantic relationship.
Married to the science. I'd imagine how romantic.
Oh, no. He's had loads of dates. He finds them in the personal app.
Yes, thank you, Chester.
Oh, well, it's good that you're trying.
Not empirically, it isn't. No. I think over the last, 31 years, he has had 122 blind dates. Of these, 3 have left in tears, 15 have had sudden family emergencies.
Got that one?
4 sat opposite him, repeating the word no over and over again until they left. I mean, I could go on.
I'd rather you didn't.
Exactly half of them never even bothered to turn up. It's dreadful, isn't it? And then, of course, there's her.
Chester! We don't deal in impossibilities at the Happiness Collective. We focus on what we can do.
Her? Who is her?
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
Well, this is why I've forsworn anything other than the most casual of relationships with men. My favourite cats, Doctor.
Oh, yes. I bought a cat 12 years ago.
We also know today's date, so I'll just add that here too.
Ran him over on my 45th birthday.
Absolutely.
Just loved sunbathing on the drive.
There's no grief like that of mourning a beloved pet. Was Chutney the inspiration behind your euphoria device?
Perhaps some other got
What a cat person either, Mr. Donaldson. Oh, you are such a tragic figure. You tug at one's heartstrings. It's all so sad.
No, really, it's not.
Well, it's not long now until we flip on the machine and find out whether we all feel like we're in love, even if it is just with a cat.
I'm hoping for the warm happiness one feels looking out over the family estate, with a cup of our housekeeper's famous hot chocolate, wearing nothing but a kabuki mask.
Specific is specific.
So they let you keep your family's estate then, did they?
Sort of. It's mainly used as a film set these days.
Fascinating. I am going to have to stop you there, though, because we are going live to new Advanced HQ for a very special message of good luck. Let's go to that now.
About a minute, everybody. Let's get you over to the device now, please.
Did you get a memo from Bozeman?
No? What memo?
I think he's losing his mind. 15 pages about nothing. Literally nothing.
What did you do? You must have done something to piss him off.
Impossible to say. Often being myself is enough.
Harsh but fair.
So what do you reckon? Do you think it's going to work?
Depends what you mean by work.
Of course it's going to work. Well, it's not thousands of people bringing in claiming that it has. It's going to be massive still.
Ah, mass euphoria. As long as it's not masturbation. Didn't you just make a masturbation joke?
The world is very wrong.
We're only getting started.
10 seconds, everybody. 10 seconds, everybody. 5, 4, 3.
Fantastic, the Prime Minister's there, and of course, without the assets and wealth funding you received,
This machine was still be as deranged scribblings of a snake oil salesman.
well, will your machine cure cynicism too, Dr. Magnus?
Not if being a cynic makes him happy, I'm afraid.
You know, it really does.
Bless your poor damaged heart. Perhaps you should press the button with me. I have a feeling it'll be the first thing you've done in a long time to make yourself happier.
You know, I could push the button with you. I mean, it would be an honor.
Sorry, sweetie. The general public aren't allowed to make physical contact for legal reasons.
Of course.
Such soft hands, Mr. Donaldson.
Yes, I could say the same about yourself.
Right. He ran over it on his 45th birthday. Bought the cat 12 years ago. And the current date is the 11th of March. And since it's a UK-based game, the 11th of March should be (11:03). If the cat was bought 12 years ago, well then it's gonna be
I don't know if you noticed during that, Winston, but at one point they mentioned a mysterious woman for whom Agnes clearly holds a candle. I confess I'm intrigued. What sort of lady could cause such an emotionless man to become so flustered? It's hard to imagine.
Yeah, well, anyway, cat's age is 12 maximum. Right? So...
That's correct based on what we have, so maybe we're missing something?
I can always just brute force this, right? Surely.
Either the machine is wrong, or we don't have everything for the code yet. I can see where you're coming from, but the machine says it's not right. We must be missing some information. That's correct based on what we have, so maybe we're missing something? Either the machine is wrong, or we don't have everything for the code yet. I can see where you're coming from, but the machine says it's not right. We must be missing some information. That's correct based on
There
what
we go.
have, so maybe we're missing something?
We have the age of the cat. Right. Next in the Rolodex.
Scariest thing to come out of a kitchen since Mother Bozeman's infamous chili sorbet.
Chili sorbet? How the fuck do you even manage that? Anyway, right. Sweary chef. Allons-y! The maestro.
They're harsh, but undeniably talented, Winston. Mark my words, Rankly will be on our screens for years to come.
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my...
Oh, the dates! The dates! I completely forgot. $122 blind dates, and exactly half of them didn't turn up. So, 122 divided by 2 is 61.
Best friend, the age my cat was when I ran him over, the number of conversations I've had with my father, and the exact time my mother walked out. I honestly don't see why that's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host and the other guests will be with you shortly.
Thank you. Not you.
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
What other guest is this?
Oh, it's just a celebrity chef we have here on Channel 1. Bozeman thought it would have a bit of spice. Leave that alone, please, Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Can't slip the bottom right now.
I don't like
Okay.
coriander, tastes like soap.
No problem.
What doesn't Colin like?
Soap, apparently.
Tell me something I don't know.
Jeremy, Dr. Charles Magnus.
So we got a doctor and a chef on. All you know is a priest with the beginnings of a terrible joke. Jeremy Dawson, professional cynic.
All the best minds are.
Don't mind him. He's just jealous that his career doesn't come with a title.
Where
Chef,
pause
it's
for
hardly
like
that
that.
funny.
I'm late.
No, that just stops
Problematic
it.
paella. This must be Professor Magnus.
Dr. Magnus, apparently.
Oh, either is fine.
10 seconds, everybody.
It's time for a special event.
Always a good sign.
I beg your pardon.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March, 1985, and this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your national nightly news team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Chintlebury, Dr. Charles Magnus and his optimistically named Happiness Collective have been working on a secret project.
He claims his Euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. And taking him to task tonight will be Channel 1's very own Jordan Rankley.
That's right, Megan. Dr. Magnus may be one of the most distinguished members of his field, such as it is, but we're still how he handles the searing critique of the best chef in the business.
Winner of 3 golden mustard ladles and 4 filleted flank awards, Jordan is widely considered the sharpest tongue in television. Chef Rankley has inspired tears from actors, politicians and even florists, though maybe it's just their liberal use of onions.
So with all that coming up, don't touch that dial. Stick with Channel 1 all evening as we bring you
The Night of Smiles.
45 seconds back.
Who wrote that onion joke?
Bozeman.
And it was a classic.
When we come back, Doctor, we're going to be asking you a few questions.
Could you tell me a bit more about this catering person?
Don't worry, they're here to utter profanities, not provide actual opinions.
Behave. Don't mind him. He needs your machine more than any of us. Dr. Charles Magnus, Jordan Rankley. Jordan, Dr. Magnus.
Nice to meet you. Quick question, Doctor. Are your parents married?
What?
Quickly, we're going live any second.
Well, actually, my mother left when I...
Yes, great.
Seconds.
Why did you want to know that?
The grating cuts deeper when there's a grain of truth.
Lovely. 5, 4,
Fucking
3.
interrupted him. Bitch.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will be activated in the first ever mass test of its type. So let's meet the man behind the merriment, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. And of course, next to you is the one and only Jordan Rankley.
Hello. I've seen better openers on a tin of fucking beef hash.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, a sorry fucking excuse for a doctor.
Dr. Magnus, do tell us how your Euphoria device works.
Oh, well, that's simple. I just get my assistant Chester to press the big red button.
You let the sous chef serve the main course. I'd rather French kiss a fisherman's armpits.
Right, yes, well, more specifically, Dr. Magnus, how exactly is it supposed to make people happier?
Well, some of that information is proprietary, but I could try and outline the basics.
We're running out of time now, Doc, so let's not try to overcook the explanation.
Well, to put it simply, everything is vibration. Everything is vibrating. A particle is also a wave, and a wave is, if you like, a note. And we all vibrate at different notes depending on our
Oh,
mood.
seriously? You're going for a musical fucking analogy? Fuck off! Do I look like a fucking trombone to you? I'm a chef. Let's keep the metaphors fucking food-based. You blancmange.
Yes, of course. In cooking, we experience flavor through taste, but also through smell. The olfactory and gustatory components have to work together. They are tasted in harmony. Are you following me?
Well, yes, I think so. Hopefully some of our more culinary-minded viewers
What
are.
the fuck are you on about, mate? You're making about as much sense as a drunk toddler in a washing machine. Check the time right now, and I can guarantee your mother has never been more disappointed with you than she is right this second.
Actually, I know for a fact that that isn't true. She made a point of leaving Father and I at the exact time I was born. On my birthday. So that she could write off the whole decade of disappointment as my fault.
Don't think so.
Very upsetting. Still, I have to admire her need for accurate timekeeping.
Shitting hell. You've managed to make it pathetic sad rather than pathetic funny. You're unbelievable.
Look, getting back onto track, the machine, it plays a note. It releases a smell that represents happiness, and all the people and all the animals resonate with that smell and feel happier, noticeably, measurably. at least that's the hope. Right now, I'd give anything to feel a bit happier.
So, what you're saying is that for unprecedented public funding running into the tens of millions, you've built a crockpot that farts out a spag bowl of emotions.
Well,
Do you know what? We're out of time, actually, Doctor. There's less than a minute to go now, so we will get set up with Chester and our guests over at the Euphoria device. But in the meantime, we will go live to New Advance HQ for a special message from the Prime Ministers Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury.
Okay, so that's about a minute. If we could get you all over to the device now, please.
No hard feelings, eh, Doc? It's just for the cameras, it's nothing personal.
yes, right. Television is more complicated than quantum mechanics, so it would seem.
You'll get used to it with time.
Hopefully not.
Come on, everyone, let's get to our places.
Yes, you wouldn't want to be in the wrong place for the big button push. Whatever would we do? Might throw off all the science.
It might work. Great. Okay, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Fantastic, the Prime Minister's there, and of course, without the assets and wealth funding you received.
We'd still be making prototypes out of bread sticks.
You must be Chester.
Come on, let's get on with it. We're pressing the button or we're tongue-fucking each other. Shit! Enough with the foreplay!
Well, I suppose we may as well see if this ridiculous contraption actually works. Shall we?
Yes, I suppose.
Fucking do it!
I just need a few seconds to set up and we'll be good to go.
You know what? Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come here. We're going. Oh, fuck off! Just fuck right off! The whole fucking process.
Right.
Well, you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, throw everything together and hope for the best.
Okay. Left at the exact time of birth. That doesn't fucking help me yet. Okay, who's next in the Rolodex? Oh, I see. There's more to be had in the ones that aren't crossed off yet. Okay, good to know, good to know.
Yes, hurrah!
Call them all! Okay. Sure. That'll be a laugh. Oh, and the 61. Really still need to try. It won't fucking select it. Oh, don't tell me the fucking thing's bugging out again. It won't let me select anything. Fuck it, guess we're pressing the button then. The chaos.
Yes, a packed set. Let's see what this motley crew can dig up for us. You should see the orchestra pit. Like a musical bolognese down there.
I've told you 1,000
I can't
times.
possibly fit you all in. Some of you are going to have to stand at the back. Oh, that goes was thinking, doesn't it, those people?
Something devilishly cunning, Jenny, don't you worry.
The Magnus.
How many mics do you think I have? They're closing.
I don't want to.
Who are you talking to, Colin?
Ben. Hello.
Christ, it's a convention of the desperate.
I think the collective noun is a discipline.
So, Mr. James, what would you say is your greatest fear? And let's keep it light, eh?
Oh, that's a good one. I think the thing I fear the most is the consequence of my enormous intellect.
Me too, as it happens.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm sure that'll work, but I don't suppose clowns features anywhere too?
Actually, I'm scared of clowns. My father took me to the circus, and it was very traumatic.
Not likely, Alex.
After I'd finished sobbing, we had our second conversation. I remember. I was 22.
Oh, poor man. Circuses are atrocious places. I fight for animals every day.
Dreadful places. Absolute nonsense. The smell of the sawdust, the lights, the music, the terrified roars of the broken animals. What's not to love?
Sorry, I'm late. Enormous queef. Jenny, we didn't know how many guests we were booking today, did we?
I think so. It's a bit last minute.
Just didn't have enough seats.
I spoke to Bozeman. 10 seconds. She laughed. Just laughed.
I did. It's true.
5, 4, 3. And a smorgasbord of extremely special guests.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe.
And I'm Jeff Algebra. I'm Alan James.
No.
And I'm Dr. Charles Magnus. Your turn, Chester.
Chester Mims, 24. My favourite sounds are the pop of bubble wrap, the laughter of a badger, and of course...
Do I join in?
Might as well, seems to be the thing we're doing.
My name's Helena Canterbury Boatshoe, and I'd rather not say my age. My favourite sounds are empathy, humility, and humanity.
I quite like farts.
Well, I enjoy the sizzling of a steak, and of course, the subs liberated.
Oh, that silly squeaky voice you get when you inhale helium.
Yeah.
How dare you?
What?
How dare you bring up that double proton bastard in my presence?
Yes, I've had a very bad experience with him.
Colorless, odorless, tasteless, pointless.
It was during our second application for funding back before Advance. We were demonstrating a prototype and we chose to use helium as the catalyst. But of course, it started escaping from the machine.
Couldn't see it, couldn't smell it, couldn't taste it.
And Dr. Magnus's voice slowly started rising in pitch, which we all thought was terribly amusing, but I'm afraid he didn't quite see the funny side
It's
of it.
dead to me. I've scratched it off every periodic table in the building. It does not exist. This monotonic prick. I hope it all gets split, and I don't care if it takes every single one of humanity with it as it goes.
The night of smiles.
45 seconds back. Okay, so we're overrunning a little bit.
So to him, helium doesn't exist.
Sorry, I
Right.
think I might have got us a bit off track there.
Really? Jeff, do you think so?
I quite like the smell of parsnips.
Oh, a much underrated vegetable, the parsnip. Great in a roast dinner, in a casserole, and for the really ambitious, a soufflé.
Oh, I love a man who can cook a souffle. Suggest a gentle touch.
Hello, I can cook a souffle. I've got a 5 out of 7 success rate. The secret's in the whisking.
Oh, Chester, you're delightful little puppy.
10 seconds.
I'll do better this time.
Please. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. It's just a few minutes until the impressive machine behind me is activated. In the
Whoa,
first
whoa! Hold
ever-
up! Hold up! I've got
Oh,
my
I
own
forgot about
voice.
him.
Don't make any rush decisions yet.
You're that funny little man from the commercials.
Crazy Deal's the name. Crazy Deal's the game. I'm so sorry I'm late. It's really difficult to get that thing up 31 flights of stairs. 2 devices, double the risk. It's all in my new book. Oh, shit, sorry. Excuse me. Drop my tiny book.
Fuck me, Alan. Is your brain any bigger than your book?
Are either of you two even real scientists? Who actually even are you?
I'm a scientist. I can prove it. Chester, if you please.
Oh, right, yes.
You're an actor. You read it out.
Right you are. Charles Magnus, born January 1st. New Year baby. 1930-something. I can't read that without my glasses. At 7:43 p.m. Race Caucasian. Gender difficult to discern. Here we are. Birthmarks. 2. One on the upper left thigh in the shape of an accordion. And the second on the right buttock in the shape of a smaller buttock. Oh, we're doing birthmarks, are we? Well, Crazy Neil's got a whole bunch of them. Feast your eyes on this.
Save me!
Thank you, Mr. Neil, that's no need for that.
My hero.
Dr. Magnus, tell us how your machine works, please.
Well, you see, I'd love to tell you, but, you know, there's a whole bunch of tricks.
If you want.
No!
Right you are.
Well, it's all about vibration, really. It's the melody of humanity.
Oh, you're a poet, darling. The ladies must adore you.
Not really.
Yes, I've been logging Dr. Magnus's romantic engagements for years. For science, obviously. I'm a scientist. And every single one of them, without a doubt, has been an unmitigated disaster.
And there were 22 other failed attempts, even
Nonsense.
logging them.
Oh, gosh, yes. Do we count them?
Oh, I do.
But none of them even showed up.
Got it! It was hard to see.
Fuck's sake, Alan. I wouldn't even hire you to work at a circus. You're a clown, Alan. A fucking clown!
Actually, it's me who's afraid of clowns. Remember? It's the last time I had a conversation with my father.
Right, well, you're a fucking clown and all. Whoever heard of making people happy with vibrations?
Well, one of the ex-Mrs.
No, I
Neil's
think
used...
we've had time there, aren't we, Megan?
Yeah, absolutely. We are, Jeremy. There's less than a minute to go now, so while we get everyone set up at the Euphoria device, let's go over to the Prime Minister's at Advance HQ for a very special message.
Okay, so that's about a minute back. Lovely stuff. If we could get you all over to the device now, please.
So, this trip to the circus with your father would make an excellent scene in the TV show, don't you think? A Dark Night in 1922.
No, it was 1956. I was 22.
Yes, but we'll set it in 1922. It'll play better in black and white, don't you think?
Could I possibly get your phone number?
Absolutely not.
Fucking brutal.
Like one of your dates, eh, Chaz?
Actually, it's Dr. Charles Magnus. I wrote the paper on theories of theorizing in a theoretical universe.
That sounds useful. Yeah, well, I wrote a small play called Hey Friendship. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Of course he has.
Of course I haven't.
Going in 5, 4, 3, 2...
Fantastic. The Prime Minister's there, and of course, without the assets and wealth funding you received
From the corrupteers!
Come on, let's get on with it and press the fucking button already.
Should we all do it together?
What a wonderful idea.
Oh, don't worry about him. Let's all get on with it.
Hang on, what about my device?
Be honest, Mr. Neil, is it even safe?
Well, actually, I'm not quite sure what's gone into it, so...
Watch out, here comes Grubby Jeff. Oh, that's what they say in the staff room. I think it's affectionate.
Sure it is. Should we get a timer? Oh, a counter on the screen. That's it. Excellent. And we are going in 10,
9, 8, 7, 6.
Come on, Alan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm looking at what we've got written down here, Alex. It doesn't look like enough to open the combination lock. We must have missed something. Let's try calling some of the guests again and see if we can't find that elusive info.
Right. Tragic marriage date. 22 at the circus. The circus was in 1956. Father died the day they visited the circus. He was born January 3rd. Oh, that's a bit too much math for me. Oh yeah, the mum left the time of birth. Which was... I can't fucking read that properly. 7:43 p.m. p.m. So, military clock 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1943. Right. 1, 9, 4, 3. Good. And there we go, it's 28 because he banished helium from the... I ain't got the blind dates right. The marriage date is... Oh, 22 extra no-shows. Right, so... 82, right? No. Okay, I've fucked up the math at some point then, so... Ah, wait. Yeah. Okay. Right. 122 blind dates.
Dear Mahjong lovers, I'm a neurologist. If you're undergoing memory...
Why does a calculator have fucking ads on it? 122. Add the 22 extra no-shows is 144. Divide that by 2 and you get 72. Right. That's still not right. Well, what the fuck then? God, I hate maths. The marriage dates, I've got no fucking idea with these. I really don't. I'm right. The only one that I don't have hints in yet is for the worrying lumps. And I do not think we'll hear anything about the date of the father's death there. So... Right, Magnus died the day they visited the circus. If he was 22... It should be 0101 1956 then. Zero one zero one 1956. What? Oh, for I don't know. I don't know this. Math isn't my thing. I've always been bad at it. Real bad. I'm going to have to pause and think about this a little longer. Okay. After taking a little time to totally think about it myself.
Bullshit.
These last two numbers are supposed to be 83 and the 1st of January 1961. I'm guessing I was just struggling to read the board properly.
Well, I never. Do you secretly work at the Happiness Collective, Alex? I can't see how else you could have figured out the combination without getting all the clues from Magnus. I'll have to keep an eye on you, make sure you aren't moonlighting in the future.
Who is her? What does that have to do with anything? Ah, okay, so what's these now?
Now connect that wire to a different wire in the other group.
Oh, shite. Well, how the hell are we supposed to fucking know what to do with these? Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like it. I don't know what you did, Winston, but this isn't right. This isn't right at all.
That's really fucking freaking me out, man.
I'm just a voice. I can't see anything, can't do anything. Wait, how am I even talking? I don't have a body. I don't... Oh God, I can't... Sorry, thought I was suffocating for a moment there. Then I remembered you need lungs to suffocate. How are things with you, Alex? I assume there aren't any buttons around for you to press. Not that you've ever been the most communicative type anyway. Do you think there's anyone else here? If we wait long enough, will someone eventually come along and find us? You know, I always just assumed I'd retire and get to live a leisurely life of luxury once I left Channel 1. I had so many plans, and yet not one of them ended with me being a bodiless voice in some sort of echoey void. Just goes to show. I really hope there's something there with you, Winston, because there's literally nothing I can do to get us out of this. You are there, aren't you, Winston? I'm not stuck here on my own, am I? Oh God, maybe I am. It would make sense. After all, who'd just sit there listening to me talk to myself when they could escape this place? So there it is. I'm here. Alone. All alone.
This feels like a very Stanley Parable kind of joke, and I love it.
Probably come up with something to entertain myself, really, so I don't go mad. Maybe I should do jazz. I feel like this place has a distinct lack of jazz. 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 If I'm just a voice, I wonder. Jazzman, boppy bop, jazzman, boozman, jazzman, boppy bop, jazzman, boozman, jazzman, boppy bop, jazzman, boozman, jazzman, boppy bop, jazzman. Ha-ha, yes, well done, Mr. Bozeman. They always said you could only sing one part, but look at you now. Though I suppose the real test would be... Winston, what you want? 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 Wow, I'm a talented voice. Should have given up the body years ago. If you are there, Winston, enjoy the show. Winston, what you want? 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 Bye-bye.